In the previous video, I showed you how to make the front, and I think what I just realized is in the other video I showed you making this a little cutout, and in this video I cut them a different way. It doesn't matter, it doesn't change the way I'm going to show you the rest of the steps. But our next step is now we need to take this and put it on this side, and take this and put it on the bottom. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this very easy. So the key part for this step is that this side is identical to this side. Otherwise you have to start over and do this other side the same way you did this side, and the same with the bottom. But you want them to be basically perfectly mirrored from each other. So this needs to be perfectly exactly the same size as that side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and I'm going to show you both ways that you can do this. So I'm going to start with a sketch on this side right here. Okay, this inside, you can do it on the inside or the outside, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to go up to Project Geometry, and I'm going to steal this entire side. And you can see, as long as it lines up perfectly, and you'll learn that when you go to extrude it. So I'm going to go to Finish, I'm going to extrude it, and I want you to remember that I need to make it a new solid. So I'm going to click on New Solid. I'm going to make sure that it lines up correctly on all of these sides, and when I hit OK, I can come over to here and you can see this says Solid 9. I have these other solids. This is I suppressed these features so you couldn't see them. Currently, you can see like all the other pieces that are in here that I suppressed. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this. I selected solid number 9, and I'm going to go down to I'll make another color, not that color. I don't want that color. White oak. There we go. So now you can see, and when it lines up perfect like this, that's going to print out correctly when you go to cut it on the laser. So this has to perfectly line up. If it doesn't, you have to start over and do the same process that you did for this side to make it match this side. And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take and I'm going to create a sketch on the bottom, and you can see how fast this goes. We're going to select the bottom, just like that, and I'm going to click on Project Geometry again. I'm going to choose the top, and we say Finish Sketch. And I'm going to go to Extrude, and there it is. And remember, now if, let's say I accidentally hit a part, okay, and you can see that it meshes with this side, but not this side because this is a separate solid, but it meshes now with that side. All you have to do is come back and double click on that extrusion, and you can click on New Solid. Okay? And I didn't tell you this in the beginning, but I'm going to tell you again now. I forgot to tell you that I told you that the distance between these two circles needed to be 51 or 52 millimeters. I made this one 52. I'm going to make it 51, just so you can see. But you can type 51 millimeters here, and it has to be lowercase. And it'll automatically convert it to inches. So if you wanted it to be 51, you could even do 51.5 if you wanted to kind of meet the way in the middle. But in the end, you have to show that it actually works. So I'll leave this at 51. But what's cool about this is when I went back to change it to 51, now that I see that moved here, it still lines up perfectly with the bottom, because I projected the geometry down so it matches and updates. Okay? So it is important that this lines up perfectly, otherwise it won't glue in correctly, and you'll have to make some modifications after you print it out. Okay? In the next video I'll show you how to do the two sides, and then after that we'll do the text.